Hello and welcome. This is Alicia from the Chardon Sign Shack coming to you live from Chardon, Ohio. I'm just waiting for some people to hop on here. So it's blue. And as soon as you do, we'll get started. As you're hopping on, please sprinkle. We're going to have a great giveaway today. We appreciate the sprinkling always. It helps me grow. It helps the stencil smith grow. Hi, Becca. How are you? I still haven't had a chance to watch your live. I'm so sorry. I feel like I never slow down between my dad. We're trying to get ready for a new roof. It was supposed to start today, but the weather's horrible. So we were upstairs covering everything in the attic because they're doing a complete tear off. Hi, April. How are you? Hi, Vicki. Say hello as you're hopping on. Let me see if I can get comments up here on my secondary device. And it's working right away. How about that? I'll get to it, I swear. I love the projects you've been doing. Hi, Becky. How are you? So as you're hopping on, please say hello. Let me know if you're watching me on replay. Let me just get the comments off of this device. Okay, there we go. And they should be coming up on the other device so I can see that. Thank you for sharing, Becca. We appreciate it. Ooh, I think I said the dreaded word. We're supposed to say sprinkle on Facebook. Anyhow, this is what it means to sprinkle. When you sprinkle, make sure that you put this make sure you put sprinkled, I'm sorry. I'm on a little cold medicine today, so I'm a little goofy. It's the daytime, but it still gets me. Hi, Heather. How are you? Hello, Denise. So make sure you sprinkle and write sprinkled in the comments when you do that. Hi, Sandy. Hi, Sherry. This is going to be the giveaway today. We're doing a snowman project today, so I thought I'd pick a cute little snowman, and this is one of my favorites. It's the Life is Short, Live Well, and he's melting. It's stencil number 9831, and it's an extra small, but it's just a super cute stencil. It has one overlay, and the overlay is right on the stencil. And it just fits in like a little puzzle piece. But this will be the giveaway for today. So thank you, and we appreciate that. So the stencil we're going to be doing today, I am using an extra one. It's such a cute giveaway. The snowmen are just absolutely adorable. So this is the stencil number 10276. It's a medium. It's kind of a prim snowman. Hi, Bronwyn. How are you? Oh, excuse me. I'm struggling with like a cold that's coming on here, I know. And so pardon me. But hello, howdy. Hi, Kathy, Nancy, Bronwyn. You must be on Thanksgiving break, maybe. Thank you for sprinkling. So this is on sale today and tomorrow. And if you use my code SIGNSHACK, SIGNSHACK, you save an additional 15%. So the stencil will be, hi, Judy, how are you? So the stencil will be 20 plus my 15, so it would be a total of 35% off. Hey, Sherry. And then everything else that you order will be 15% off with my code anytime. Thank you, Bronwyn. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm struggling. My grandkids get sick a lot, and we've had them a lot. And I feel like you know how you feel like you're getting sick, but you're not quite sick? That's where I'm at right now. That's how I'm feeling, so yay for you. Yeah, it's a rainy day, Judy. We were supposed to get our roof today. We've had nice weather. Yesterday was really nice. And of course we're going to get our roof, and it's pouring rain. So we got all this stuff sitting out in our driveway right now. I'm going to angle you down. We're going to start. Now I've got these two tags. I got them from Craft Deals. These two tags right here. This is the side. I did paint one side, and I'm going to show you how I did that on the other side. I did kind of a nice chippy weathered look. they're pretty nice. Occasionally they come with, they call them these, I think, plugs or something like in them, so you can't stain like that kind of thing, but you definitely can paint them. Yeah, unfortunately on Thursday we have a big lake effect snow alert. Yuck. So these are, I'm going to angle you down. These tags are, they are 18 by 8. And they're the large tags from Craft Deals. They're not very thick. I'd be surprised if they're a 1/4 inch. No, they're a 1/4 inch. So they're a 1/4 inch. You could definitely cut these yourself if you wanted, but like I said, I got these from Craft Deals. Matter of fact, I only have one more left after this, then I'll probably, oh, yeah, I can't even imagine. I know my daughter, she lives in fear all the time with the kids now that she's working at the school. Little kids carry so many germs, and they don't understand like the nose thing and all that stuff. So, like I said, I did do these 2 sides. We're going to make this a double-sided door hanger. It's going to hang. It's going to be really super cute, but it was super easy to get this, so I am going to show you how I did that. This is the blue one, and I'll probably just do it on this, but I did want to show you. Super, super easy. Distressing. This is just the bare wood. So I have used Willow Bank, which is Fusion Mineral, and Casement for my backgrounds. Love Blues. Hi Beth, how are you? Thank you for sprinkling. And this is, I always say this is my favorite blue, but I love them all. Blue's my favorite color. So what I did was I used a chippy brush. Thank you, Donna. And so just these, you know, cheap little chip brushes you pick up, and I got the paint, the Willow Bank it's called, and I just started like that. There's nothing on it. I'm just going for a distressed look with the raw wood in the background. So like I said, I already did the back side, which will be my front side, but I did want to show you how easy this was to do with just a nice bare piece of wood. And that chippy brush, it allows you to, it makes it look distressed and weathered without much work, so it's really nice. So let's just bring this down here. Just like so. And then I'll set that aside to dry. We will probably have to dry it just a little bit. And I'm going to bring my other tag over here. Ooh, you get fog there. Fog can be very hard to drive in and stuff like that. We are at 53, which is fairly warm, but so I did pick up, I'm going to do this in mainly white, this side, but I am going to put a little bit, probably just one swipe of the blue on it. And I didn't pick up a lot. It's pretty much almost just what was left on the brush. Okay, for this other, yeah, it's such a pretty blue. So I'm going to put this over here, and I'm going to get my other brush that I had my casement on, but I do have to dry that first. So let's just dry this. They have so many pretty blue, oh, so many cute designs. Yeah, they're just amazing. So I'm just going to dry this up because I don't want to drag my white through it and blend it with the blue. I'm wanting a separate blue, and then I'm going to add the white. But yes, they have very good blue colors. I love the new releases that are coming out by the Stencil Smith. They're just amazing. How about that Snowman stained glass? It's in my cart. I just got my stencil for the stained glass for the snowflake, I think it was. So, oh, excuse me, I took cold medicine. I'm really, and it's non-drowsy. I don't care if it's non-drowsy. I always get drowsy. Hi, Judy. How are you? Hi, Kimberly. Oh, 62. My goodness. The tags are 18 inches long, Donna, by 8 inches wide. And I did get them, and they're a 1/4 inch thick. I did get them at Craft Deals. So they're easy enough to order for any of you. So I'm going to dip my other chip brush I have here in this casement. It's Fusion Mineral as well. You could use any white. And I want this to primarily be white with a little bit of that blue peeking through. I don't have enough white. And, of course, the raw wood, a little bit of that raw wood, too. So let's just get this white on here. But I did want to have a little bit of blue behind it. I didn't want to have any white in the other one. So it's that simple. You can layer many colors. Rhonda, for this background, I'm using Willow Bank, which is Fusion Mineral, and Casement Fusion Mineral, which is their white. Well, they have many whites, but that's my favorite white. So you're just kind of moving that back and forth in there. I want to bring it up here. But it just makes such a nice, distressed, weathered look. And that's what I'm going for, kind of a distressed look. So I could add some more white in there, a little bit more if I wanted. I do not have a code for Craft Deals. I do not, Kimberly. I know they contacted me and wanted me to do a code. And like many other things, I don't know what happened. Life got in the way, but I probably should do that. I just, I don't know. I don't know what happens to my days. I looked at the clock. I was getting my dad's lunch. Well, actually, he has sores that have to be changed. He's diabetic. And I was doing that, and I was like, how did it get to be 1 o'clock already? Like, I couldn't believe it, and I still had to shower and all kinds of stuff. So this is the white. So it's with a chippy. It's got the blue underneath it and the raw wood. It's really pretty. And then this is what the blue looks like with just the chippy look. And yeah, I need to get myself a code. They did reach out to me, and I will get a code. Thank you, girls, very much. Maybe I'll reach out tomorrow before the holidays. So I am just gonna dry this off here, and I have to dry the other one as well because I am gonna flip it over. This side had some imperfections, so I definitely don't want to use that side. But that's how you get that chippy look. Oh, there we go. Yeah, you could use Cindy's code, right? Berry Jam Crafts, and it'll save you 10%. I'll be honest, Kimberly, I haven't had, no, they never went by this fast. Hi, Jarito, when I was working, I swear I can't get anything done. I have all these big, grand plans, and I feel like I walk around in circles most days. Thank you, Judy. I will. I'll make sure to do that. But I just, I don't know. Like I said, I just walk around in circles. I'm like, oh my goodness. I did try to prep a little bit for my dinner. Now that grilling season is kind of over. I will, Bonnie. Thank you. Okay, that one's nice and dry, so I'm going to set that aside for a minute. I'm going to use this side of it because this side has the plug in it. I think that's what they call them. when they have imperfections. So I'm just gonna dry this, and we'll start with this blue one, but I just gotta dry it enough to flip it over. I'd have to dry it anyhow, even if I was using it. But I do like that. You see how that just weathers it? You could have put, like if you wanted a different color, you could have put a light stain underneath it. You could have put white underneath it, anything you want, but I just wanted like the raw wood for this one. I did a rusty washer. Right here is my rusty washer. So I made that yesterday, and I did film it. So I'll do a little reel on that and probably post it tomorrow. A rusty washer is fun to make. Maybe I sprayed the wrong side. I might have sprayed the wrong side. You need to spray them with, this is what they start out like. They're nickel. And you can make them rusty just like this. Yes, 8 by 18. That's fine. And to make a rusty washer, you need white vinegar and hydrogen peroxide, equal parts, and then sprinkle a lot of that coarse kosher salt on top of it, and you just let it set. So I will post a reel showing how I did that yesterday. It's really easy. And then you just let it set, and it just goes, whoops, it goes from this bright shiny to this rusty. And then you want to take your polyacrylic spray, and you do want to spray it so the rust doesn't come off when you touch it. So I think I sprayed the side that not the side I wanted, but that's okay. So, okay, so that's pretty dry there. And I apologize for that. I just wanted to show you really quick how to get that look. And I'm going to flip it over. This is the one I did earlier, the other side, and this is the side I'm going to be stenciling. I'm going to be starting out stenciling with our snowman. So let me set this aside. But yeah, rusty washer is easy to make. Oh, how fun, getting ready for Thanksgiving. I just have to do pies, that's it. Pies and this salad that I make with cranberries and edamame and farro and stuff like that, feta cheese. That's what I have to do. My daughter and her husband, my grandkids are coming here, but they're cooking everything and bringing it because it's hard for my dad to get out. So this is stencil. This is the one that's on sale. How cute is he? He's just adorable. Believe in the Magic. And it's stencil number 10276, and it's a medium. And so I'm going to take my overlay off, which is my little top hat. And you know, I didn't even look at it earlier. Top hat goes there. And then you must put that there-ish. Okay. But he's just so cute. He's a little prim snowman. You just have to do biscuits. Hi, Nikki. How are you? So I'm going to place this on. It's a little larger than the tag, but it will be just fine. And I'm going to line it all the way up to the bottom here. And then I'm just going to extend a couple of snowflakes and stars up. But that's how I want it on my board. Excuse me, I feel like I'm losing my voice, which is not a good thing to do when you're doing a live. Okay, although it would be good for the one lady who in all my years of doing these lives, I think I've told you about her before, she messaged me and she said that she liked my stuff, but I just talked too much. So, so let's get this angle down here real good. And we're going to start with just white. So I'm going to get some of that. Bonnie is making a great dinner. You clean the house, start the cooking tomorrow. Cooking for just me. Ooh, king crab. Yum, yum. You treat yourself, Bonnie. I don't blame you. I am not particularly like the biggest turkey fan. I do like the next day turkey sandwiches. My favorite part of the meal is the sides, really. Definitely the dressing if it's cooked in the bird. So I'm going to get a shop towel, a new shop towel here. That's what I use to offload on if you're new. I just fold it into quarters, just like so. They're very absorbent and they last quite a while. I don't go through them very quickly. And I am going to get my Stencil Smith brush. I'm going to get this 1/2 inch brush right here and get some, if you're new, I'm going to be getting some paint on the tip of my brush. So it'll be just like that on the tip. It'll be a little goopy, but not super goopy. And then you want to offload. So if you're getting bleeds, that would be why you're getting bleeds. But actually I don't have to offload that much, and I probably shouldn't even have offloaded because I have such a big area here. I did offload some, not like I normally would, but there's such a big area here. Sometimes when you have bigger areas, that was a lot of paint though. I needed to offload that. You can just go around and you start in the middle and go outwards, and it offloads as you go. I would never do that with these snowflakes or anything like that. So we have one coat there, and we're going to get a little bit more white here, and we're going to offload again. You're cooking for 24 people? Oh my goodness. I don't even have anywhere. We used to have picnics. Yep, all the sides. We don't have them anymore. We used to have a big 4th of July picnic here every year. My whole family was invited, Jeff's whole family. You know, of course, sadly, as it goes, as time passes, a lot of people aren't with us anymore. But we would have a picnic, and we would have, and it would be, even though we've lost some, we've gained some, you know, there's been new births and stuff like that, but we would have about 55 to 60 people here. I'm from a family of 4, and my husband is from a family of 6, and then he has, well, he's from a family of 6, but he has 3 step siblings. So there were always a lot of people, and then there were nieces, nephews, grandkids, sometimes cousins. But it was a big undertaking, and we don't do it anymore. It just became so much. Every year. This will be year 11. That's awesome, Rhonda. I hope you have a lot of fun. Prime rib for Thanksgiving. We always had, I guess, you know, everybody, hi Karen from Southern California. Everybody can have, you know, what they want. I know on Christmas, one time it was just Jeff and I. My son was out of state, and it was just me and my dad and my husband, and I'm like, what do you guys want? And my dad wanted biscuits and gravy for Christmas dinner, so that's what we had. We're like, let's have biscuits and gravy. Now, sausage gravy and biscuits, and they had to be homemade, but that's what we had. We loved it. We love our biscuits and gravy here. How do you like, oh, that's awesome. I'm so happy, Beth. The Stencil Smith brushes, just like Beth said, they are the best brush. I love family traditions and hearing about them too, Denise. Yeah, the Stencil Smith brushes are the best brushes out there. They are like a game changer. You don't lose any bristles. They're very similar almost to using a sponge. So we just did a quick little dry here. They are the best company. You never have to worry about getting a hold of customer service. They ship super, super fast. I know even like, if Bronwyn's still on here, she's in California. I know Judy used to be in California. Like even as far out as that, they would get their stencils within probably about 3 days, I would say. Now this time of year, you never know just because of the mass volume of mail. It's not their fault. It's the post office, but they have a lot of extra packages to process. I agree. I have old brushes, but I just keep them for my grandkids to use when they come over. Brody keeps wanting to know when he's going to be old enough to use the good ones. I'm like, I don't know, Brody. I've seen what you do to stuff. Oh, that's awesome. I know. Aren't those stained glass ones so beautiful? I just got this snowflake, I think it was one. I just opened my box, and I have the snowman in my cart. I think I want to make both versions like April posted and just flip them. Like have the Christmas version for Christmas time, and then have the like the winter version. You could leave them out January and February. March, you're hoping for spring. You're sure hoping for it. This neck of the woods, you never know. We went to California a couple weeks ago. It was the beginning of November to visit my son. And while we were gone, my sister they had snow. I felt so bad. I was like, oh. I was like, I did not plan. We have had it that early before. We had the worst snowstorm we've ever had. Actually, on my mom's birthday, which is November 9th. We got well over 5 feet of snow. It cracked our roof joists. They had to call in the National Guard to get rid of it. It was horrible. I never want to see that amount of snow again. So we're oop, I forgot my eye there. So we're doing this second coat here. I don't think she does have gift certificates. I don't know for sure, but I don't think she does. Well, I think that's the way anything is. And April and Pete, they're a husband and wife team. They're a true small business. They're out of Columbus, Ohio. And so this is my second coat. And I just want to take a peek here and see. I think that's going to be okay. I might add one more little coat to my snowman. Yeah, no, I think I'm going to be okay. I don't think I'm going to add, I'm going to add one more coat to my snowman, but I'm going to leave everything else as is. And I saw when I pulled up, I did have some bleeds. I'm just sitting here talking about the bleeds and stuff. I still get bleeds. It happens. And it's usually because you have too much paint on your brush. So that's why. Okay, I'm going to take this off. So we've got our Believe in the Magic, and I did have some bleeds. You can see down here, I think on the bottom a little bit. It's not a biggie. You can take a little toothpick or a wet wipe. What does sprinkle mean? This is what sprinkle means. There is a little arrow that you should be able to hit, and you sprinkle it out. It means to do this. And it helps me grow, and it helps the stencil smith grow. You blame the wood? I don't know, Denise. Might have been user error. So make sure to sprinkle and write sprinkled in the comments. So I guess this is a good time to show you that you could just real easily, and welcome if you're new to the Stencil Smith. We meet here every Tuesday. So you could simply take your liner brush out. I don't normally have bleeds like this. I'm going to blame it on the cold medicine. And you could just take your little liner brush and kind of just smooth it out there, that's all. Not a biggie at all. Boy, it's raining so hard I can hear it. So you could just take your liner brush and do that. That simple, and you fix your mistake. It's not the end of the earth. When you have a lot of bleeds, you can also distress. Just like this, you could sand, and distressing always makes everything look better. And I had a couple little bleeds over here on the E. I must have had too much on my brush. But this is a little, I probably should have sanded it down just a bit with a paper bag before I started. Because when something's rough, you can get bleeds too. Oh, well, good luck on your show, Danica. It's nice to see you. Yeah, we're still in the 50s, but it's definitely gonna drop here in the next day. So I'm gonna turn this guy around and I'm gonna take a peek at him. And so when you order your stencils, some of them have overlays. So this has an overlay 1, an overlay 2, an overlay 3. So I'm going to place his little hat there. It's like a puzzle piece, really. So you can see how I moved it down. You just move it up and it fits right there. And if you're ever confused, just look at the pillow, or not the pillow, the picture. I'm glad I at least caught that. As I said, I'm on cold medicine, so you're going to have to be very forgiving today. On Dayquil, but it feels like NyQuil at this moment. Ooh, I didn't think about the hat. Well, the hat's going to be black. So let's just roll with it, being on such a dark blue. Okay, so I am going to get probably one of my 3/8 inch here. I don't know. It's so dark. I don't think I need to put a white on there. So I'm going to fill this hat out with black. I'll probably do a little bit of shading around it to kind of make it pop a little bit more off of that blue. I did not think that through. Oh, hi, Casey. Well, how nice of you. Yes, the freebies are so nice. These are some of the freebies. Like, this is the most recent freebie that I received in my order. So usually you get a really nice freebie. So Noel, and that's really cute. I saw somebody on this. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do, April. Thank you. And then Believe, this is another freebie. How cute is that? This Believe. Love the... So I'm just going to... Yep, we're going to do a little bit of highlighting around there, maybe with some gray and white or something to make that pop. And his little eyes, he has 2 eyes made out of coal. So we're going to get 1 coat there. And we'll let that dry and we'll do the hearts. And the hearts I'm going to do in this Tuscan Red. So this is Deco Arts Tuscan Red, and that was... and I do put my brushes in a bag while I'm using them so they won't dry out. That's a good tip. So I'm going to get a little bit of red out here. And this is Tuscan Red. And I'm going to get probably I'm going to use it on my hearts and on my berries. So let's get a little bit, oh, that might be too pink of a, no, I think that'll be okay. It's got a little bit of pink in it. So we're going to go back and get my other brush and get a little black. I think I'll do just a little dry right there. If you don't dry your paint, even though it dries really quick, you're putting such a thin layer of paint on it. If you don't dry it, excuse me, you just move the paint around. You're not adding any more. Thank you for sprinkling. I know all the little freebies are so nice. Pete and April are just the nicest little company. And everything they make is made in the USA. So that's another thing. They're a true, like I said, small business, mom and pop store. And you know how when you buy from mom and pop store, you help like the whole community. Okay, we're going to put a little bit more red there. I'm not sure if I'm loving this red or not. It's got a little bit of pink in it, but we're going to go with it. And I need to add just a little bit more. And make sure you move it around. You can dry over your stencil, just move it around. Like I noticed mine start to lift there a little bit. I was concentrating too much on it. I want to add a little bit more red there. It's a little translucent, so let's just add a little bit more there, make it real nice and bright so it pops nice. And we're going to get one more little those eyes real dark there. And I think we'll do just a little bit of highlighting before we move on, at least to the hat. See, the hat is so dark on there. I want to do just a little bit of highlighting around it. And I'm going to get a one of the smallest angle brushes, and I'm going to dip it in water and then just kind of tap it on a piece of paper. Get a little, pick up a little bit of white. I have some palette paper in here that makes it easier. Palette paper is really nice. It's real slick. And I'm just going to take a little bit kind of around. And you can get your brush just a little bit of water on it and mush it out again. Oops, oh, there went my water, darn it. And then kind of come back and you can it's very rough wood. So you can just use that water and kind of your finger, kind of rub it in. Get a little bit more water. And it just highlights it just a wee little bit. And I'm going to take a liner brush. I'm going to get a little bit of white or a little bit of black here. Do the same thing. You need to tap some of that water off. And kind of go back in there and blend it with the white so it's not such a harsh line there. You can just keep monkeying with it. When you add a little bit more back into it, it doesn't look as harsh. You can also use a combo of black and white on your brush. Get a little bit of white. And I'm using the smallest liner brush here. And it's just kind of grabbing just a little bit of that paint. Okay, so we've got his hat just a little bit so it stands up just a little bit. Not sure if I like that, but I'm going to go with it right now. Okay, I'm going to set that aside. We are going to add, I feel like I need to add a little bit of, I'm going to add a little bit of the blue here too. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to get a little bit of water. I want to make sure and get a little bit of this blue that I used in the background. And I'm just kind of offloading it so it's really thin on this palette paper with water. And I'm going to kind of bring them around. Side. Giving them just a little bit of dimension here. So you can see like around the snowman how it's just given a little bit like of a shadow kind of effect there. You can even add a little bit to one side of those hearts. Okay, let's turn this back around. And I may monkey with the hat a little bit more. Okay, but not right now. Let's get his overlay. Let me look at him so I can line him up here. And I did not look, huh? It's got to be. I'm assuming this comes down. I did not look at the picture before the live. but I'm lining the nose up where I think it should go, and I'm gonna put the berries right here. So I am gonna take a little bit of that white, and I'm gonna go over this whole area here where there's the hat background. It's, the blue I'm using is willow bark, and it is a fuchsia mineral color. Yeah, it's just like move water around. You can do it dry brushing, which I do mostly because dry brushing is really easy and you already have the paint on your brush. So I'm gonna go over this piece of holly here with white because I want, there's part of his hat, part of the background, and part of the snowman, and I'll probably do it once more. Another really good blue for shading that I use a lot is Moody Blue. Moody Blue from Deco Arts. Hey, I know his little beady eyes are cute. And I'm gonna put one more coat of white on this. And the reason you wanna do that when there's a couple of different colors, like we have blue, black, and a little bit of white there, you wanna do that because when you put the color on top of it, where it's white, it may look a little lighter, it may look darker here, so you want that to be a good base color behind it. I typically use gray to offload, and the same thing here. Even though he's right there and he's got his white nose, I'm gonna put probably, I didn't even think about that, I wanna put a layer of white on the tip of his nose too. Thank you, Jarita. Yeah, Bonnie, I just saw that. And I am gonna do 2 coats of this white. Excuse me. I'm so sorry. Thank you for sprinkling out, Lita. But it really helps when you go to put your color over it. So I'm gonna get a little bit of this holly green from Deco Arts. It's holly green. So I'm assuming that it's gonna be the perfect green for the holly. Hence its name, right? Get a little bit off the top there. And the same thing, I'm just gonna offload there. You just get a little bit on your brush. You don't want your whole brush in it, just kind of like the tip of it, and you wanna offload if you're new. And I can already tell this is probably gonna take at least 3 coats, this green. It's a little translucent, and I forgot to get my orange out. My favorite Deco Arts orange is Spiced Pumpkin. And that's the one I'm gonna use. So I'm gonna get just a dab of that for the nose. And get another brush out. It never pays to have too many brushes. And so when you do that orange, and you can also take, I didn't do it, but you can take, this is one of the finest sources of sandpaper. You take like this craft paper or the packing paper that comes in all your Amazon packages, all your packages, and crumple it up. But where like the nose and the snowman meet, and here at the top, so you can see I've got a little bit of a ridge. I should have sanded it down. I'll show you if you can see. I don't know if you can see the little bit of a raised ridge there. So you will have that. So if you don't want that, you need to do just a little light sanding like that. It doesn't take any paint off, but it just takes a little bit down. So that is helpful. I know. I save all my Amazon paper until I'm like overflowing in it. And then I'm like, geez Louise, I have to do something with this. Jeff starts to get a little testy when I start saving too many things. I was really surprised yesterday because we're getting a new roof and they brought the stuff for the roof in on pallets. And Jeff, he said, he said, do you want me to ask them if we can have the pallets? And I was shocked because Jeff never asked to keep anything. He's always trying to get rid of my stuff. That's a great idea. See, Bonnie says to the newbies, if you need something to reach at free shipping, which I always have to have free shipping anytime I order somewhere, I want the free shipping. I just do. I feel like I'm giving my money away if I have to pay for shipping. So now this is where you could use your dry brush for just a little bit of shading. And I'll show you that here with this black, with his nose. So rather than using a wet brush and moving paint around, so you could use a little bit. So I've got some black on this. And I'm just going to make sure that I don't have, I'm taking a lot off. And you can kind of like shade the bottom of the nose, just dry brushing a little bit. So you could go down, you could go around and add like to the outer edges, you could add a little bit of black. Like the shadows hitting it, you could take your white, and I just want to get a lot of white off of here. This is my preferable way. And you could add a little bit of white, like around the edges. And it kind of lightens it up, shadows and light. Still not super duper, that hat's so dark around it. You can add a little bit, like inside of this hat, you could add a little bit of white to kind of like brighten it up there. Like lights hitting it. Okay, so I want to put the berries on there. So let's get the berries right in the middle of the holly. And I'll get a little bit more white. And this is a darker green, so for that red to pop, I'm going to do a coat. Anytime you have a darker color, you kind of want to do a color like white or gray. I prefer gray, but I have all this white out, so I'm not going to change, add a gray. I'm just not going to do it. So give it a quick little dry there, and we're going to get the same red that we used on their hearts, their cute little hearts there. And we'll do one coat. And we'll do two, but let's give it a quick little dry here. I am a craft hoarder, Karen. Oh, I know. We have a junk day here in town. Thank you, Judy, so much. And my husband, he gets so mad at me. I've stopped doing it, but I used to stop and pick up, so many things. And he just gets very frustrated. He's like, you can't possibly be bringing that into the garage. And I'm like, well, yeah, I wanted to. Okay, so we've got that red there. It looks so pretty on that holly. You can add a little bit let's see. You could add just a little dot of, if you have a dotting tool, on these little berries. Whoops, that's not gonna work. I dipped it in red. You could dip it in white. Whoops, you could dip it in white. And just add like a little dot on the berries. So just like that, light's hitting it. We can add, now his nose, I need to fix some there. Sometimes the white does show. The gray is much more forgiving when you use gray. You can just use your little liner brush and fix it. But you can also take some black and you can add those little, and this is a liner brush from the Stencil Smith. And you can add like little, you know how they have the little lines on the carrots? So just like that, you could add a little bit of lines on the carrot. You could add a little bit. I wet my brush and I got a little bit of black, and you could add a little bit of definition to the like the holly too. Kind of squiggle, draw some squiggly lines out to the point, and then just squiggle some in. And because I wet that brush, it's real light. You could get a darker green. Okay, so we added just a little bit of definition, like to the holly. See how I drew it out to the point on his nose? You could add real little bitty dots to his eye. Like just up in the corner. Not as good as with the dotting tool, so you can add a little bit of, see, white to his eyes, just little details like that. You could take, again, your white, and you could just make like a little line there in the heart. And then you could also make one right up here in the curve. Just those are all little things you can add to your piece that adds a little bit. I may take a little bit of lighter blue and lighten around here. I'm not sure. I'm going to mess with this a little bit more after the live because I'm not super happy with the hat, but I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. Yes, he needs the rosy cheeks. Thank you. Goodness. I think he's just, let's see. Is he gonna look weird with just the one rosy cheek? Because he's kind of sideways. So for my rosy cheeks, and I even had it out. So Joyful Pink is what I love, love, love to use for my rosy cheeks. And I get just a little bit, and I'm gonna really, really offload it, like super, super good. And I'm just gonna take it, and about where his cheek would be, we'll put a little blush there, and I think I'll put a little bit over here. I may have to go over it with the orange again, but behind the Should have put it like behind the carrot. But just a little bit of blush to the cheeks. So you can see how cute that looks, just adding it. And I'm gonna have to add a little bit more here. But I'll probably have to go over my orange again. Because I should have put some behind it. But I love, like, my gnomes. This is the color I use on my gnome noses, on their little hands, snowman cheeks. I love this joyful pink. I think it's really pretty. Kind of trying to get it. So look how cute that is. So he's got some rosy cheeks there, just like that. And I'm going to put the lid back on that before I spill that. Thank you, Bonnie. I would have forgot all about his rosy cheeks. So we've got that. So we've got this other tag, which will be super duper easy. Super quick to do. What I want to do on that with this white tag is, now we have this, and we're going to let him hang like this, but I'm going to put some snowflakes on it, and my snowflakes are going to be blue. So let me get, this is the stencil I'm using for the snowflakes. Now this is stencil number, and I did link this above. You would have to add a mouth. Yeah, mine's not going to have a mouth, but you could totally do that with your dotting tool. So let's, I know I have the number on my board. Okay, there we go. So if you're having trouble finding the numbers, feel for it. That's what I usually have to do. But they all have, I don't know if you can see that number there. There it is. It's a good shot of it. And it has the size. If there's 1 piece, 2 pieces, 3 pieces, anything like that. So if your pieces do get separated, like this, and I don't know what I did. Oh, my snowman. So these, so if you're new, they'll have the same numbers on them, but then it'll have like a 2, and even these overlays, if you look closely, the overlays, because the stickers oftentimes come off. I don't know if yeah, you can see that number 2. So it'll tell you number 2 overlay. Thank you, Bonnie. Bonnie is on top of it, girls. So yeah, so it's stencil number 8607. It's a small. I have this listed in the link above too. This one is not on sale, but you can save 15% with my code. I am going to kind of start just eyeballing it in the middle of my tag. And I'm going to get some tape here. And I use the painter's tape is what I like to use. I never use adhesive or anything like that. If you're new to stenciling, you do not need that. I've never used it, but I imagine it would be a mess. So I'm going to need a new stencil brush. I'm going to get another 1/2 inch and dip it in this blue, which is the blue, my background color here. Yeah, these snowflakes are so pretty. Oh, you know what I wanted to bring? I'm not even going to worry about bringing, because I'm putting a little bitty bow up there and the rusty washer. So I'm not going to worry about I was going to bring more snowflakes up, but you totally could just move this around and add a couple more snowflakes up here at the top. But there's going to be a little bow here and a rusty washer. It is a great community, and I appreciate it, Bonnie. So I am just going to take this, and these are going to be blue snowflakes. And you could totally, like, if you wanted to bling this out, you could bling this out so pretty with some Mod Podge, and you could add some, good Lord, you could either use the diamond dust. Diamond dust is super pretty and sparkly. like I used it on this we did a couple of weeks ago. Look at the diamond dust on that and how it sparkles. But this is more of a distressed look that I'm going for. So I'm not going to use the bling bling on this. I thought about it, but you could totally do that. You could use Galaxy, the glitter, the twinkles, Decoart's twinkles, and there's also a Ranger Rick. This stuff, it's like Easter grass. You'll be finding it forever and ever. Hi Trish, how are you? And so I'm just simply probably going to do just one coat here, this blue. So I hope everybody's going to have a good Thanksgiving and enjoy a safe, warm holiday and do exactly what you want to do. I posted something on my sister and I have another page that's like a collaboration page, and I posted something today, and I thought it was so true. I saw it on a shirt, so I had ChatGPT make up like a meme for it, but it's like you can do anything, but you can't do everything. And I think that's something we really need to remember, especially this time of the year, because we try to do everything and you just can't. So we have our snowflakes there, and I am going to bring them down and look through it and start anew. But be kind to yourself, because it's easy to get stressed. I love swirling. It's very, very therapeutic to me. It like takes all the stress. I can come out here and just forget everything. I turn on my music on shuffle and just swirl away. And it's fun. Isn't that true, Becca? Like, we try to do so much, and it's just, I think it's good for anybody to remember. We're only human. Ooh, I love that. And so I'm going to bring, so I brought the top down here, and then I'm going to bring the bottom and start at the top, if that makes sense. You know, I don't want to take the top and go like that and have two big snowflakes. Sometimes there's a pattern that you can just put it over. And some of these won't even show because of the tag. So I'm just lining it up there, and I'm going to do one more. Ooh, I got a lot of paint that time. Whoops. Okay. That's the top. I want the bottom. Let's line it up again. I have my computer back, so I'm able to see in real time. Last week I didn't have my computer, so a couple times. It's very easy when I'm doing the live because I'm looking at the project, and I try to keep it in the camera and facing you and all the things, but sometimes I am, I'm a mess, girls. And so I'm just going to stencil up to where it stops. This is really pretty, this blue and white. Okay, so we got that. That looks beautiful. I love that. What do you think about that? Isn't that pretty? With the distressing, it's got a little bit of blue in the background. Let's see. We could close the bridges. Oh, I might do that after. Let's close the bridges real quick, especially if we have some new people here. You don't have to do this, but you can. I'll just close a couple of them here. I can do the rest. The bridges are these little spaces here where they have to have a piece of Mylar or the design would just fall out. So you just simply, and white is the hardest. It's easier when it's on a distressed background like this. It's a little more forgiving. I try to start in the middle. I get a little bit of paint and dab it and start in the middle and go outwards, because sometimes it's like a big glob. And that's why I kind of get just a little bit of paint and then I'll just tap it real lightly. So it's not a huge glob. And then just and if you wet it too, it does help it a little bit. If you just slightly wet your brush, you know, you don't want it sopping or anything, but it helps spread the paint just a little bit better. So we'll just do these. And sometimes with white, you have to go over it a couple times. You can take a little bit of a sander like that paper and kind of sand it out, because white does, I'm not gonna lie, white is hard. Black is like perfection if you close those bridges. So just that simple, and then you've closed the bridges, and I'm probably gonna need to do another coat and maybe a little light sand when they dry on this. I'll probably close the bridges down here. But let's get this together. So we have the two boards, and I have to turn this, yeah, they're beautiful snowflakes towards me. And I want the holes to line up kind of like so, but they're gonna hang on the door kind of like that. That's why I said I didn't have to stencil the whole thing. And I am going to put, oh, I forgot to turn my glue gun on. Let's turn my glue gun on. It'll take a second for it to warm up. So if you have not sprinkled, I'm going to show you real quick. If you have not sprinkled, excuse me, I'm sorry, my voice is just going. This is the giveaway today. Life is short, live well. And this is what it means to sprinkle. So, yes, I'm loving this. I love a snowman. I don't like snow, but I do love snowmen because they're so cute. Not a fan of snow. Okay, give it just a minute here. And I am going to use a little bit. Oh, I have such a mess here. I spilt my water all over the table, girls. Oh, dear. Oh, no. Okay, hold on a minute here. Oh, my rusty washer. I don't know where my glue went. Oh, I had this other glue. Okay. So I am going to take, I'll take a little bit of this glue here. And this is that rusty washer that I made. Like I said, it looked like this before. And it was really, I'm just going to show you this again while I'm waiting for that to warm up. And once you make it, you want to spray it with your polyacrylic spray. Like I sprayed it with this, my Rust-Oleum, 2 times to keep the rust from getting on you and coming off. But you make it with vinegar, white vinegar, hydrogen peroxide, and coarse salt. That's the side I want. But I'm going to put a little bit, this glue is like instant stuff here. And I'm going to put my rusty washer right here over the hole. Ooh. And get that set while we're waiting for the glue gun. Look how cute that looks around the, thank you for sprinkling. Yeah, make sure it, well, let me get it in the camera right. See how cute that looks around the hole there? And then I am gonna put a little bit, let's see. couple of dabs of this. This stuff sets fast. E6000 is my favorite. I don't have any though. Come on. I should have turned this on 5 minutes ago. It takes it a couple minutes, but boy, when it warms up quickly. I mean, it warms up, it's hot. I burn myself all the time. I think I actually blistered myself a couple weeks ago on this. It's really hot. I'm so sorry. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm gonna post a little reel tomorrow on the rusty. They're so easy to make and they're fun. And that's another thing too, like if you had a washer, you could also start and, come on. You could also take maybe paint your washer white and take Mod Podge and you could add that diamond glitter, diamond dust, diamond glass. I always forget what it's called. And I just had it. Okay, so we're gonna glue these together, shifting it just a little bit. Okay, and you want the two holes lined up. So we got this cute little door hanger here. And this is my bow that got wet. It's just a little bow. I am not a very good bow maker at all. I mean, like, probably I try. But I'm gonna put a bow like right here, but like a burlap bow, but it won't be that long. Let me just get my scissors and I am gonna dovetail it. So I think I'm gonna cut it right there and about there. And last time I did my live, I said I was ducktailing it, but it's dovetail. So you just fold it and you cut downwards. And it's just a really simple little bow that I made. And I do have a bow dobra, and I did fool with it a little bit, but it takes me so long. I just do not like making bows. So you could put like a little bow up here too, you know, kind of like so if you wanted. I'm unsure whether I'm going to or not. Or you could put like some rag bows or something. I don't know. But then you would hang this. But look how cute that is. What do you think, girls? I'm not sure if I'm going to put a bow on it or not. If I'm not going to put a bow on it, I'm going to add some more snowflakes up here. So it's really cute. It makes a really cute little door hanger. And I need to put some more glue on because mine is not sticking. I don't have enough glue, right? Okay, that should be good. So then you would just use some twine, hang it up. I don't know if I have it in the hole, but look how cute that is. What a cute, use some twine and hang it from your door. Still unsure about the bow. Not sure, I don't think it's going with the vibe, but I'm gonna put some more snowflakes up here. I'll just bring this stencil up a little bit and add some more. But I think it's super cute project. Like I said, you can order these from Craft Deals. Quick and thick. I have some of the Tight Bond, and I usually use E6000. This is like super glue. So the thing with this is, like, if you live somewhere hot, you don't want to just rely on hot glue. Like this would be in the cold here, but hot glue does not stand up in the heat at all. It'll just melt right off. But I think that's super cute, and I'll put, like I said, a little bit of twine here, and it'll be hanging on a door. So we're going to set that aside, and I do have, and don't forget that's on sale today and tomorrow, excuse me, for 20% off, and thank you. You'd have to tell me what brand it is, Nikki. I'm not sure. I'm so sorry. But it's on sale today and tomorrow for 20% off, and then you can save an additional 15% with my code Sign Shack. And I am going to show you a couple new stencils I just got. I'm trying to decide which batch I want to show you. I guess I'll show you this one. Okay, so this one is so cute. So I just got these the other day in the mail, and these are those micro minis. Thank you, Bonnie, I appreciate that. And they're really cute. There's a set of 4, and you can get whatever size you want. I got the 5.5 inch, which is the size of minis, and they're number 10259, and they're mediums. So there's this one, which I just absolutely love this. And the snowflake. Yes, and use the code Sign Check. Tight Bond. Yeah, I do use that, Nikki. I do use Tight Bond. I have like 3 different kinds of Tight Bond, but the green one I really like the most. The poinsettia leaves. And then, I'm not sure what this is, but it's really cute. Super cute. Thank you, Bronwyn. I'm so glad you could join us. Oh, you just finished the minis? I can't wait to see them. You need to share them in the group, Vicki. So those are really cute. And any of these you order, if you order them, use my code Sign Shack at checkout, and you'll save 15% on all of them. This one I just absolutely love. And I think it was Linda who just did this in the group. But I love this. And I saw it, and I was like, I have to order this one. Yeah, I just got the 5.5, but I do have the mini, the really micro small ones. This is stencil number, okay, hold on a minute, 5599, and it's a medium. And look how beautiful that is. Linda did that. I think it was Linda Matson. She did it in the Paint and Share group, and it's so pretty. It's got the branches. See in the back with the ornaments. So you can see the branches, the pretty Christmas tree branches, and then the beautiful ornaments hanging with the, thank you, Vicki, joy, peace, hope, Noel, love. But I absolutely love this one. And this is an older one. You can tell by the numbers. It's in the 5,000s. But it's just absolutely gorgeous. And then this one, of course, I haven't done it, but I would really love to get this done for my sister-in-law for Christmas. She's a quilter, and she would absolutely love this, but it's the round, and this is the 18-inch. It's number 10258, and it's the extra large, so it's for an 18-inch round. And, oh, that's awesome. It's so exciting, but it's the good tidings of comfort and joy. And it's the beautiful Christmas, the quilted one. And it's just absolutely gorgeous. So those are the ones I'm going to show you today. Just a couple. My voice is hurting. So I'm going to go, but I appreciate you so much, all of you. Thank you for joining me. Oh, we have to pull the winner. So we have pulled the winner of the stencil, which I can no longer find, which must have fallen somewhere, but the Snowman, the really cute little Snowman. Don't know where it went. It's hard to tell, girls, hard to tell. It must have fallen off my desk, but anyhow, we need to pull a winner. So if Sherry's still here, which she usually is, There's Sherry with her drum roll. I was just going to say, Sherry's got to do the drum roll. Thank you so much, Casey. I appreciate that. So if you have sprinkled and written sprinkled in the comments, thank you so much, everyone. And everyone have a very happy Thanksgiving. April's going to pull a winner here, and it's going to be the winner for that cute little snowman with the overlay. It landed on Jamie Thury. So Jamie Thury, Thury, you are the winner. Make sure to contact April on Facebook by Messenger, or you can email them as well, and she will get that sent out. Thank you so much, and I appreciate everybody. Have a happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy your time, enjoy your families, enjoy yourself, and just take a breath and have fun. See you next week. Bye-bye.